Yo, what's up guys? It's your buddy Philochko here. You know that American dude with the incredible mood? That's me, and what am I doing today? Hopefully I'm not talking too fast though, but basically today I'm making part 2 to that video that I made before when I was talking about how I was talking my native accent. Like I wasn't basically trying to be very clear. I was just speaking as I normally speak. Now, even though right now I'm speaking as I usually would speak to somebody, like in a room, one-on-one situation, like if I'm over here, he over there, we just talk to each other like that. I'm not trying to talk too fast right now. So even though I'm really talking the way I'm speaking the way I usually speak, I'm still trying not to speak too fast because I do want you guys to get the basic understanding of what my natural accent is actually like. It's not usually like this, it's just usually like this, you know. So I mean, when I talk amongst my friends, I'm a little louder than this because there's usually a good number of us together. You know, we're just chilling, and you know, when we're hanging out, we talk. We use bad words. We use a lot of bad words, and I wouldn't advise anyone to talk like me and my friends, whatever. And my closest friends in New York, I mean, we all actually have little slightly different accents because what was surprising to me, and I forget, like out of my like 6 closest friends, I think half of them are American. You know, it's very hard to become American, even if you were like not born there, but if you came to America as a kid, you're still not guaranteed American. You know, I think it took my friend Jose, he's Mexican, it took him 20 wow, it's a lot of years, 20 something years to become American. It takes a long time. My friend Jesse, he's been in America for more than 20 years. I don't think he's still American. He's still not American, you know. So I forget that, and I have so many close friends who aren't American, but you know, they've been in America so long. It's just really hard to get that American citizenship if you weren't born there, you know. Some people say things like, oh, it's easy to be American. I'm like, no, it isn't. You have no idea what you're talking about, you know. So sometimes I forget that. Then I say things that I'm like, oh, I'll come to Russia, let's go to Ukraine, you know, so I got to get a passport. I'm like, Americans don't need passports. And I find out they're not American. I'm like, oh, I keep forgetting that. You know, I keep forgetting that. It's crazy. And as of the way I speak, this is how I speak when I'm casually speaking. But when I speak to someone, like someone older than me, or somebody who's like a professional, or like a boss or something like that, I definitely speak in a manner in which people would call, proper, basically. They'll call it proper and stuff, but I'm usually pretty loud when I'm with my friends, but when I'm with someone I really don't know, this is just how it is, you know, just, you know. And when I speak to people like this, like fans who see me in the street, you know, they're like, oh my god, Philochko, blah blah blah, and I'm like, hey, what's going on? And they're like, what the I'm like, I'm not the guy for, I mean, that's a character. I gotta always once in a while make a video being myself because people forget Philochko is a character. My name is Philip Jones. Philochko is a character. I'm not Philochko. You know, right now I'm not Philochko. Philochko is this guy in the videos who screams, you know, Philip Jones, this person is crazy. This person is crazy. This person isn't afraid of anything. I make videos. I have another channel about crazy stuff. That's not for everybody though. You know, but I'm definitely a crazy person. You know, I travel many places that other people won't go. You know, and I'm just different. Let me see what else I can tell you guys about. I just want to do at least 10 minutes of this, see how much you can understand. And I can tell you right now, if you can understand me, I'd say 75% or more, like you get the basic gist of what I'm saying, you'll do great in New York. You'll do absolutely fine. You don't have anything to worry about when it comes to understanding. But if you don't understand that much, if you understand like less than half, you just need to have more native speakers to listen to. Like listen to more music, listen to watch more movies. You know, you gotta just hear it more and understand it more and stuff like that. And I mean, there's nothing better than going back and forth. There's nothing better than going back and forth, like speaking with someone. There's nothing better than that. You know, especially when you make it sort of like a game. I remember I lived with some girls out here in Russia who they wouldn't let me do certain things unless I could say it in Russian. So let's say I wanted to get something to drink. I couldn't say in English, yo, let me get something to drink. Like, I couldn't say that because she wouldn't get it. She was like, "По-русски feel." I'm like, "Boss boy, можно вода, пожалуйста," you know, something like that. And when you have to do that all the time, you start to remember certain things. I remember a lot of things, a lot of phrases and stuff that I need in Russian because some people that I lived with made it a necessity for me to say it in Russian in order for me to get it. You know what I mean? So even to come in the house, you know, if I want the keys, I want to ask about what the keys are, I gotta say key in Russian. That's how I learned it. Because in Russia, you can't leave in most apartments. In Russia, you can't leave the apartment unless you have the key. That's extremely rare in America. You can't have that because that's a fire hazard. If there's a fire, you gotta look for your key to get out. That's not cool. Stop. But in some places in Russia, you can't leave without the key. So I had to say things like I remember saying "kluch" was key, "kluchi" was keys. You know, I'm like "где ключи?" Like I always said that, and then she'd give it to me. So I was like, awesome. You know, it was like дай мне, да, it was дай мне. I remember, it was like дай мне ключи, пожалуйста. And then she'll give me the keys, and I was like, all right, I can go outside and play now, you know. So it is good to do that. So I mean, there's nothing better than living with a native speaker. By the way, there's nothing better than living with a native speaker because, like I said, you got to go back and forth. And there's even some programs. Now these programs are extremely expensive. I don't think anyone watching my videos can afford them. But there's these programs in New York that they give you, it's called total immersion. And what they do is you basically live amongst them for like a long, no, you don't really live there, but you stay there for a long time, like at something like 10 hours a day. And almost everything you hear is in the language in which you're learning. And there's these post-it notes and stuff everywhere and all this stuff. It's like a living class, you know. You can even take a nap there and they'll wake you up in their language, but it's very expensive, you know. It's basically like traveling to another country while you're still in your own country. So if I could find that, I'll leave the link, but it's very expensive. I don't think I should waste my time. But other than that, let me tell you guys something that's very interesting. A lot of you who are, let's say, beginners. If you're a beginner, I don't think you're still watching this video, so let's skip that. Let's say you're intermediate. You want to test your English amongst the peers of your age and in your country. You want to know if you're as good as the average person your age in your country who's learning English like you. Well, what I advise you to do is go to some like on my wall in Contacte. A lot of times I'll put something on my wall on VK and people will just start talking about it. They'll start talking, writing in English, and then everyone starts reading it. And because these people aren't native speakers and they're using all these words that a lot of people don't know, they start to look up these words because they feel, hey, if these people aren't native speakers and they know these words, I should know them too. So you should try to join these conversations, try to look up these words and ask questions, and you can make learning fun. You know what I mean? And I have another game, this game I have. If I had more people here, I will show you the game, but I'm going to make a video on this game when I get to Yekaterinburg. We're going to play this game in Yekaterinburg, and I hope you guys like it. It's a great game for making you speak English and kind of forcing you to understand because you really want to win the game, and it's a lot of fun. So I guess that's basically it, people. If you'd like, I would really prefer if you leave your comments on YouTube of how much of this you actually understood. Like, did you get the basic idea? Was I talking too fast? Was I not clear enough? Like, what exactly? How much did you understand? Basically, that's all I really want to know. And if you notice, my gestures are different. I don't have the same face as I have as Philochko. My hands don't do the same things. My mouth doesn't move the same way. But still, even so, my mouth isn't so active as it is when I'm Philochko. Still, when I say things like car or like with the open A sound, as I call it, like with a car, bat, cat, hat, my mouth still has to open. You can't get bit hit. No get bit hit. No, none of that. All right. See, none of that. None of that is open. All right. And that's basically it. People, let me know. Maybe I'll make one of these videos like once a month, maybe, see where you guys are. And if you understand me, the way I'm speaking, we get along just great. Because if we hung out, I don't have to speak in a special way with you. I could just talk regular. I love that. And I'm out. Later. Don't be racist. I'll say it for him.